Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you as always for your tweets. Stevie with us, as is Ali. Frank's last day in the studio.
Don't pretend, guys, you're sad.
Well, we were pretending
quite happy.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Nedum is here with us as well.
Oh, okay.
Nedum, of course, was sporting an ESPN hat during the show. Would you like to see how he was wearing it, Frank?
Oh, yes, I want to see it.
Yeah, there we go. Too old to have it backwards.
That's not
Really comfortable.
That doesn't
really
work,
comfortable.
does it? Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. That's a good one.
Beautiful.
Bravo, bravo. Oh, no, well done, well done.
Beautiful, Nedum. There we go.
I guess the guy is tired.
Thank you.
Okay, Nedum, after the highs and lows for England in Euro 2020, is Southgate still the right man for the job moving forward?
I think so, yes. I think even though England essentially aren't seen as a really successful nation from the outside, you know, this is the best tournament that they've had in my lifetime. So for him to leave now, I think it kind of defeats the purpose. I think this is very much his side, and you have to give him credit for bringing them to this point because, as I say, the days haven't been great before this, but, you know, they made it to a European Championship final.
What about the arguments, really, that things have very much fallen in place for him? Nedum made it to the semi-final of the World Cup without really beating anyone, made it to the final of Euro 2020 where you got pretty much all your games at Wembley. You've only really had to get past Germany, who you would say is a proper elite side in international football, to make it to the final, and yet you still can't get it done.
Listen, this England side have failed to qualify for European Championships and stuff in the past, and you say things have fallen into place. There have been managers who've had Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Wayne Rooney's and people like that in their teams. So let's be very, very clear, just because things seem to be favourable, the fact is they still needed to win games, and that's why you have to give them credit, because they found a way to do it. Like with England in the European Championship, that first group game was the first time they'd won a European opening round game in the country's history. So let's be clear, things are better than we probably realise.
Stevie, why are England incapable of playing expansive football? Are we scared of playing open football and taking risks?
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, the truth is that England, now that the tournament's over, in fact, not just, even during the tournament, I always felt there was more there.
Right.
They just didn't give us what we thought they were capable of. And I can't argue with Nedum. It's tough that a guy would lose his job when you've been to a semi-final at a World Cup and then the final of the Euros, but he just left me feeling as though they were lacking in something. And at the end of the day, I think that comes down to the manager.
Right.
Not only just how he sets his team up, but how he talks to them. What does he want from them? Does he want them to be, you have to be here at this stage, this stage, this stage, this stage, this stage, and by the way, you know, if you get a chance, then go forward if you want. As opposed to somebody who might go, see all the tools you've got.
Right.
You can run all day, you're 6'3", you're big and strong, you can win headers, you can run past anybody, you can take anybody on.
Stevie, I'm going, come on!
If you can run it, you can run around with your eyes shut and you can still score goals. You'd be like, you imagine 11 England players have been running around like this.
Let's go, Stevie! Let's go!
Instead of well done, lads.
It's funny because we have that kind of discussion for the past 10 years with Didier Deschamps.
Right.
Where we all find he's too defensive, he's not spectacular because of the player that he has. But at the end of the day, the guy won the World Cup.
Yes.
You know, it was a catastrophe, but he keeps his job. So there is something we would love to see, and maybe the practicism.
I'm not sure what you're going with, Frank.
Well,
say it in French.
Well,
okay, well, we have a
Any
problem.
language.
that's the same problem because I'm in the mix.
Let's go to Spanish.
Practicism? Scottish.
Well, maybe I'll try Scottish. No.
2 syllables.
No, the
First
fact,
syllable
no,
sounds like...
The root of the word.
Well, let's say the fact that Gareth Southgate wants to think first about setting his team up defensively instead of going for the thing. Thank you. How do you say?
Pragmatism.
Pragmatism of Gareth Southgate is exactly what we see with Deschamps. So we as fans or viewers of football, we want something spectacular. We want to see everything, but there is the reality of the game, and sometimes, and you see in the history of football, if you don't have a defense, you don't win anything.
Right.
That's the problem.
Which penalty is more difficult pressure, the one during the game or during a shootout, Frank?
During the shootout.
Shootout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's something bizarre, going on where the game is over and everybody goes to another frame of mind. During the game, you are in the game, and if it happens something, you can do something about it because it's not over. Even if you miss it, there is some plays on, and it's possible to recover from there.
You got a lot of abuse over the last 24 hours.
Oh no.
Really?
Yes. I know you're not on Twitter, so everyone sends it to me to
Because-
pass it on.
Oh, really?
I'm some sort
Really?
of conduit in this thing, yes. Your comments about Jorginho went down very badly.
Oh,
With-
or like I care.
yes, no, I know. Just is a
What
sample.
did Frank say?
He says that the question was, is Jorginho underrated? And Frank's like, I don't really rate him. Defensively, he is weak.
Well,
So, let me say this first, and then you can react.
Oh, yeah.
This is one that doesn't include swear words.
Yeah, thanks.
Frank, why Jorginho is a defensive liability? He made the most interceptions in the tournament, more than your mate Desailly in Euro 2000. He's among the top 3 in the tournament for tackles and ball recoveries, among the top 3 for most fouled player in the tournaments. Italy only conceded 4 goals.
The thing is, if we are talking all about statistic, I might be wrong. But I think, comparing to those people who never play at my level,
Wow!
But that's what it is. That's what it is. Especially on Twitter, you have people who know nothing about football and think they are capable of talking about. So I have to answer to your question, but I don't have to answer to that guy who definitely knows nothing about football because it's only on statistics. But after saying that, I see the globality of the football and the game that I watch. And you can have the intelligence of the players, you can have everything, but there is a reality of movements and everything that I see. And again, I say that Jorginho is a good player with the ball, definitely one of the best midfield players with the ball, but defensively, and I've seen that with Chelsea during the season, and especially at the beginning of the season when Kante wasn't there, Chelsea was struggling. Right. And they were struggling defensively, struggling in the middle of the park.
But he's among the top 3 in the tournament for tackles and ball recovery.
Yes, statistics again. I don't care about the statistic. We're not
more interceptions than your mate Desailly.
Your mate Desailly. Desailly was the rock. What do you want to compare Desailly with Jorginho? Desailly was in the middle of the park with Milan AC. I'm sorry, do you want to compare Jorginho with Desailly? You're insulting Desailly, really. I'm going to tell you the truth. And it's not because he's French, and my friend. But really, I think Jorginho is a fantastic player, but defensively, I'm not going to change a word of what I said yesterday. With Kante or with Bonucci and Chiellini, people working alongside him, right. he is better.
Right.
He's better, and I don't care about the swearing, about the tweet and everything, because it doesn't exist for me, because I'm not.
So are we only allowed to accept tweets from people who've won the World Cup?
Well,
that's going to be a short list.
No, you should just if
Very
for
short
example,
list.
Rio Ferdinand, Alan Shearer wants to answer on Twitter about my comment, I would carefully listen to them.
Okay,
but the other, I don't care.
Here's the thing, right? You cannot argue with the stats that whoever sent them in came up with, right? You can't. They're fact.
They're fact.
You can't argue with that, right?
Yeah.
And so then you have to say that, you know what, in this tournament, he was great.
Right.
But I'm with Frank. There's a lot of players I would pick to play as a defensive midfield before him.
Right.
It's like Schick. Everybody's talking about how fantastic Schick has been. Schick's had a good tournament. But you know what? There's a reason why Schick's not playing at Real Madrid or Man City or wherever.
Yeah.
Because he can't. He's not.
No.
He doesn't do it all the time. He doesn't do it enough. So
I go back to the statistic. I'm a player.
Yes.
If I want, I don't lose a ball every game I play.
Okay.
You give like 2-3 yards. You give alongside, and it's good passes. But did I bring something to the football or to my teammates or to the
Yes, but
creation?
he's
Nothing?
top 3 for tackles, tackles and ball recovering.
Oh, right, good tackles.
Hey, Stevie, who told you about Patrick Schick and how great he is? Who's been telling you this?
I noticed. Just recently, I remember seeing him a couple of times.
Okay, Stevie. How does it feel for a youngster to miss a crucial penalty in a shootout? Will this hurt? You also are okay
You want to
because
hide.
you missed,
I
but you won.
took the first one.
Yeah.
And I missed. And you want to hide,
Yeah,
basically. You want to become invisible.
I bet.
But then, if you're fortunate enough that I was, that everybody else scored, and you end up winning the penalty shootout, then it's taken in a completely different manner.
Yeah,
You're the one that's misses, right, and you lose. Oh, why was he taking it? What a rotten penalty. Who decided he should take it? Blah, blah, blah. The thing went the complete opposite way with me. It turned into, that was brave, taking the first penalty, being young. And
Well, like
having
Jorginho.
having the courage to do it and all the rest of it. Because I was like, hold on a minute, I missed. And everybody's like sort of congratulating me for taking it and missing it.
Right. How do
Which
you
I
think-
found strange.
How do you
So,
think it would you change your career if you hadn't won? And you would have been the reason Liverpool didn't win the European Cup.
I don't know, you can't answer that. I would like to think not an awful lot, to be honest.
Right.
Listen, I had a chance in the World Cup for Scotland and I missed it.
Yeah.
And I still went on and did pretty well.
Hey! Player of the Year, 1989.
So I'd like to think that
Yeah.
I would just accept it for what it was. And
So
that's what happens
you
when
were
you're
a
playing.
lucky penny, in fact, missing all the penalties that you shot, but keep on winning.
No, the
Keep
World
on
Cup, World
winning.
Cup wasn't a penalty, it was a chance.
Oh, it was okay.
That was a chance.
But Jorginho, nobody cares about the fact that he missed the penalty.
Of course not, no.
So fine.
it's all in the outcome.
Right, which question do we go now, Frank? Let's just see it, because I'm not sure which order we're doing this now.
Okay.
Okay, Frank, as you leave today, what is the one... No. Chiellini Ramos?
Well-
I don't even have that written down.
Oh, good production value. Good job, guys. We're
Is
doing
there another
great.
page? I've only got one page.
That's all right. You can read.
Okay. Frank,
Yeah.
if you could roll back the years
Oh, there you go.
and get the
There
opportunity
you
get the opportunity to play alongside one of these three in defence, who would you pick? Chiellini or Ramos?
Ramos. No questions whatsoever.
I'll tell you what, you better enjoy it because he'll only be spending 20 minutes with you during the game.
Yeah, and people are going to say I have something against the
Then
Italians.
he'd be sent off. That's
Yeah.
what Steve
Yeah.
was saying.
Yeah, but no, because I know he doesn't like him. But if I compare the qualities of the two, they are two warriors for sure. But it's just a feeling.
Okay.
And I would say Ramos, yeah.
That's all right. Okay. Next question. Then still no page two.
Wow. We're doing
Which
great.
night was the disappointment felt more in the Thomas household, Saturday or Sunday? So Saturday, my wife is Brazilian. They of course lost Copa America, and then obviously yesterday England. Oh, you were with us, so I suppose Saturday was the worst of the two nights.
Because I was at
you were
home.
there.
Not because you lost. But you both cracked me up, you know.
Why?
No, the way you were, she was into it for Brazil, and how you handled that very well for England. So that was very interesting weekend to see a wife and the husband
Yep.
losing both a game
Yes.
and going along very well still. That's fantastic.
Hold on a minute. Misery loves company. Have you ever
Ah,
heard
that's what it is.
that? Misery loves company.
I didn't know that. That's why.
Example.
That's why. That was pretty much appalling.
That's why it was good.
Frank, did you leave today? What is the one fashion trend and one food item that you enjoyed the most in the US? We want to discuss the good parts since you guys have discussed the bad parts too much. By the way, did you try Frank Pepe's Pizzeria? Frank?
Where is Frank's Pepe Pizzeria?
So no.
I don't know. I didn't try. We had a very good experience where I explained to Dan how to eat snails.
Yeah, that was nice.
The-
That's not really American, though.
Well,
is it? What's the one food item that you enjoyed? Snails.
Did we have an American? No. We went to Italian. We went to Barcelona restaurant.
Yeah,
went to.
yeah, that's
I'm
true.
sorry, we didn't go. Well, what kind of food American do.
We didn't really have
Did you, go to New
burger.
Did you ever go to New Haven? No.
No, but
No.
Nedum, you went to New Haven, yes?
Yes.
To have the pizza. How was Sally's pizza?
Oh, well, so producer Pete's listening now, but I travelled all the way down there,
Yeah.
and the pizza was
Average.
burnt on the edges, but I suppose that's what they say is like
Wow.
that's an Ibiza or whatever. So it was.
So
I've experienced
So,
it.
so
yeah.
we're saying
Experienced it.
we're saying it's not that special.
It's special to the people from there, but I'm not from there. Let's say that.
No, Nedum, don't be so political.
Nedum, we just received a text.
Overrated rubbish.
Your contract is ending.
Nedum,
No, keep it.
did you have any enjoyable moments when you were in the US?
Yeah, I had a ton. I had a ton actually. Being there in that studio was a lot of fun. Obviously, Frank is in my seat,
Yeah.
but it was a lot of fun. It's a really good show.
How come
Everybody
it's your
watching,
seat?
keep watching.
Hey,
It's gonna get even better.
I tell you what, I thought Nedum was going to say the moment that him and I did a touchscreen together. Oh, it was wonderful.
Oh, my goodness.
It was magical.
Hey, that speaks for itself. Ale, that speaks for itself. That speaks for itself. The class, the chemistry, we were absolutely incredible.
Final question. Frank, when you travel overseas, what do you look for first? A good restaurant to eat? Or a gym to work out at? Also, Frank, does that annoy you more live in the studio or when you're at home doing the show remotely?
So the first thing I look for is really a gym, that's for sure. And I was very disappointed because my favorite gym,
Yes. It closed?
it was closed. But I managed to do stuff. The food, I can handle it, that's okay. And I was really pleased, I have to say thank you guys, because I really enjoy being in the studio. It's much,
God, it's like an
much
Oscar
more.
speech.
No, much more. It's really
the
easier
music.
to be here than in the studio, because again, it's like when you come for the last penalty and you just come on, and you kick. You're not there. You're not ready. You don't have the atmosphere. You don't have the feeling.
Yeah.
And I'm like Saka when I'm in the studio.
They played the music.
They've cut you off.
No, that's okay. I'm done.
Hey, great to see you, Frank.
Hey, boys, we went the whole show without mentioning Frank won the World Cup 23 years ago.
Hey!
That was the most important line of that show today.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week, subscribe to ESPN+.